So that's how much more tighter it is. See how it's pulling in, rotate, and push it back in. So you want dreadlocks, and you've already tried so many different things in order to get them. You might have even seen a little bit of progress, but don't see them actually maturing, or you're not even having any success whatsoever with creating your locks. How do I know all this? I've been in that same boat, and I've tried so many different things in order to figure out what works best, and I'm gonna be showing you one of those methods today. This method is called the crochet hooking method, or instant locking. If you have tried to twist your hair with gel and it was unsuccessful, if you've tried palm rolling, if you've tried a sponge and it's just not working, this is the solution. I'm gonna show you step by step on how to use a crochet hook for any hair type. So if you have straight hair, it will work for you. If you have extremely tight curls, it'll work for you also. I've personally had this set of dreadlocks for nearly 2 years, and there are some locks that still aren't locked up. So I'm not only gonna show you how to start locks with your hair, but I'm also gonna show you how to maintain the locks that you have. So let's start off by looking at the tool that we're gonna be using today and how it works. Here we have my favorite tool, the crochet hook. This is a 0.75 crochet hook. You can get them in any size really, but a 0.75 works really good because you can see the head on this. And I truly believe that a little bit of a larger head works better and you're able to grab more hair and it speeds up the process. I used to use the 0.5, but I found that it takes a little bit longer to actually create the locks. But this is the only tool you will need for this process. It comes with a bamboo wooden handle and a metal tip for creating the locks. Getting a crochet hook with a handle on it is extremely important because although this process goes quick, you want your hand to be comfortable during the entire time. All right, let's get started by showing you what my hair is looking like right now. I have it pulled up, so I'll show you it pulled up really quickly. Looking pretty good. If you guys seen the dreadlock transformation, feeling pretty good about that. But let's take it down. I always pull my hair up when I'm taking a shower if I don't want to get it wet. This is what 2 years of locks looks like with a 3C hair type. But the method I'm going to be showing you guys today works on any hair type. What I'm going to be doing right now is figuring out which dreadlock I want to do the tutorial on because some of these at the top are not locked up yet. This dreadlock right here is going to be the best example. You can see how it's not really locked up. It has this little knot right at the tip, and from there it's all just kind of soft. So we're going to work on this lock today. I'm going to show you how to take loose hair and turn it into a lock, or take a loose dreadlock and turn it into a mature dreadlock. Before we get into crochet hooking, I'm going to show you guys what dreadlocks go through naturally when you do like twisting with gel or any of the methods that take a little bit longer, like the traditional methods. And for everyone who doesn't know, I started my locks 2 years ago with twisting with gel. I've just been maintaining it with twisting with gel in order for it to get the way that it looks now. But dreadlocks go through the locking process during this time, and this is what is called expansion. Expansion usually appears in loops or clumping. This also down here is expansion, and it is all part of the locking process. It goes through expansion and then it goes through contraction. Expansion happens by the hair getting wider or puffy or frizzy, and then as it matures, it begins to contract and become tight and locked. This is some of the contracting right here, and this is some of the expansion. This all still needs to go through the expansion and contractions phase. But I'm going to allow this one to go through, and we're just going to work on the one that we have, which is this one right here. You can see that the tip isn't developed, and as I release it, it scrunches back, meaning that it's not mature. So this needs some work. Now let me compare it to a lock that has gone through quite a bit of expansion and contraction. See all this? It's almost like loops and they start to clump up, and that's contracting. This is in the contraction phase. This is the same thing. You can see how the tip is starting to mature and it just works its way down. Now compared to some of these that are in the front, they're essentially just all locked up. It just needs a little bit more contraction, but as you notice, I'm stretching it out and it's not contracting back compared to this right here. It looks skinny, but it's just because it hasn't matured yet. As it matures, it's going to get thicker and thicker. Like you see how this tip is thicker, and this one's just about done as well. But if I take this lock that I'm showing you, I can literally separate it. And you guys can see down here, it's not combined, not mature, and it just needs some help. So let's grab our tools and let's get to it. So I'm going to show you the befores, what it looks like right now. It still needs a lot of help. Closest to the root, it's not locked up. So it's like locked right here and right here, but not the tip, not the middle, not the root. And the tips that I'm going to be showing you right now are the same steps you're going to be doing if you were to recreating these locks yourself. Just keep in mind, if you're starting locks, the very first step is to create your sections. So you're going to take your 0.75 crochet hook, and you're just going to go through that section, holding the section with these 2 fingers. You're going to go into that section, make sure it goes through the middle. So just like that. And then as you're going through, you're going to pull back. And what that does is when you pull back, you're pulling hair through like this. You see that hair that came through? Now that you got hair through, you're literally just going to wrap it around and then push it back through. But you keep doing this process. So you go through, see how I'm in the middle, grabbing hair from the opposing side, but it's in between my fingers, so it grabs the hair better. So as I'm going through, I pull through like this. See how it pulls hair through? I twist the hair, and then I push it back through. The hair that I pulled through now wraps around the lock and then goes back through, or wraps around the section rather, because if you're doing this without locks, it'll still work the same way. Pull back, and you see how just that one move tightened up that little area right here. The area that I'm pointing at, that's what I just hit. So you can see how it's still loose right there. We're gonna take care of all this loose area right here. So go in, pull out, rotate, go in, pull out, rotate, go in, pull out, and rotate, go in, pull out, rotate, go in, pull out, rotate, go in, pull out, rotate. This is a very maintained way of doing it. And you see how I essentially created an expansion right there. So this is part of the maturing process. You can see how this is less now. So now I'm just gonna work on that area. One thing I really wanna point out to you guys is never pull away from the scalp, because you don't wanna pull hair out of the scalp. You're gonna make sure to pull everything back into the scalp. Just continue this process. And you can see now that there's hardly any gaps in here, but I'm just gonna go back and touch that up. The more practice you get, the quicker you'll become at it. I'll now go in a little bit quicker, and I'm going in and out and rotating at the same time, create these locks. See how just a little bit goes a long way. See how I have all these little expansions, and you can contract that as well, which we're gonna be doing today. But I wanna make sure that it's all really tight. But now that I have those expansions there, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put wherever that loop went, the expansion, I'm gonna put it between my fingers, and I need to put it on the opposite side of where the needle's going through. I'm gonna push the needle through. I'm gonna grab that loop on the other side, pull through, and wrap it around, do the same thing. Keep doing that process. And you can get rid of those expansions and turn them into contractions, just like that. Just really quickly, you guys can see how I maintained that middle one right there, brought it down a little bit. See how I still have these two right here, and just do the same thing with those. You see how I brought that one down too. But what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm just gonna make sure that this hair matches the rest of my head. So if I grab one of the locks that are next to it, like this one needs help too. That's the one I showed you, the expansion. But now guys, I'm gonna go and work on this tip, and I'm actually gonna blunt it off so you guys can see what that looks like. So we're gonna be working with this same lock. You guys can get a better look at how this looks like. So this is before, and that's my natural coil pattern showing up right there. And we're just going to maintain it until it really tightens down. So this is what it looks like before. We're gonna do that same process, but it's a little different. So essentially I'm just gonna grab the tip like this, and you guys can see how long this is compared to it being shrunk. I like to grab it like this. So my fingers are holding the lock like this, and the hair is inside there. You guys can kind of see inside of there where that hair is. And I go in with the crochet hook this way, and I pull back towards the scalp, and all of the hair that's in the tip is going to be built into the lock, or the section that you have when it comes to creating this. So I'm going in, still going in between the lock, but you see how I'm in the middle right there? And it's gonna pull, see how I'm pulling back? So you're essentially just going in and grabbing and pulling that back into the lock. So you guys seen what it looked like before, and now we're just gonna go in and do that same process, just one pull. You guys can see how much more tighter that is. There you go. So that's how much more tighter it is. See how it's pulling in, rotate, and push it back in. Do the same thing, rotate, push it back in, and just keep doing this process. Finally got like a nice little blunt right here, and then I can just keep working this tip into it. So continue doing that. But all I'm doing is I'm going in the lock and kind of just threading it through to grab that tip and pulling it back into the lock. And the more you do this, the more maintained it's gonna be. But for me, I just really want it to match the way the rest of my locks look. So I'm gonna keep it like this. I'll go ahead and take care of this expansion right here. So let me go ahead and take care of that just so it doesn't look odd. You see how loop is going in between my fingers? And when I go through, I'm grabbing that loop with the hook like this. See? Pulling it through, rotating, pushing it back through, grabbing some more, pushing, rotating it back through. And that loop should be gone, just like that. And like I'm saying, you can go as much as you would like in order to make it look more maintained, but I want the rest of this to lock up naturally, just like the rest of my locks. And you guys can see how these are still needing to mature. I'm gonna show you guys one on one of these front dreadlocks. So you see that loop right there? That's just a little expansion that needs to be taken care of. So I'll show you an explanation. You see the hook right there? I'm putting my thumb behind this loop, putting my index over that, and it's on the opposite side of where the crochet hook is coming in. So I'm pushing the crochet hook in, grabbing that loop, just like that, and you see it's pulling already into the lock. And we're gonna see what one pull does. Let's pull it in a little bit, but I'm gonna show you how to completely get that in. So we're just gonna continue that process like I showed you. Pull in, rotate, and then push back in, rotate, push back in, rotate, and keep doing that until it gets the way that you want it to be. You guys can see that the loop is gone. And that's just really how easy it is to not only create the lock, but also maintain the locks that you have. You guys can see that my tips are still developing, very frizzy. Don't ever despise the frizz, because that means that your hair is just that close to becoming locks. This will all eventually just become more matted and then eventually lock up, which is a very great thing. So be patient and allow it to lock up. But you guys, that is how you crochet hook dreadlocks for beginners. Anybody can do it. It is an extremely easy process, and all it takes is this tool right here. It is a 0.75 millimeter crochet hook. You can pick it up on greatlocks.com. The link to that is down below. It is my favorite dreadlock product. And the reason it is because when I was struggling trying to figure out how to create dreadlocks for myself, I found this tool, and this was the tool that really revolutionized my locking journey. I really hope this video helped a lot of you beginners out there. I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And I guarantee you, if you use the right tools and if you know how to properly use them, you will have dreadlocks. So if you plan on getting them and you want to get them with the crochet hook, just watch this video a few times and watch it as you're doing your locks, and you'll find that this is actually extremely easy. For any more dreadlock help, you can visit greatlocks.com and get all the help you need. I'll see you guys in the next one.